All right, Brody. Made some more tweaks. I'm gonna label this video part two, number two, part two, whatever the last video's title. I'll just put a two on the end of it. It's just more tweaks I made here for one of my favorite characters. All right, for Akuma. Good God. I think what they did to Akuma in MVC2 was just injustice, man. It was just a travesty. They pretty much made him weak. They made him one of the worst Shotos in the game, in my opinion. Only because they made him a glass cannon, meaning he gets beat up easy, which makes no sense for Akuma. Akuma's not a character you should be able to just beat up. He's supposed to be a tank compared to the rest of the Shotos. But I'm gonna showcase some tweaks I made. Really, what Akuma was just gameplay stuff, and then a tweak I made to Ken for his color scheme, which Ryu suffers from it too, but it's not as egregious. But his reds are too close together, so I made some minute tweaks to his palette. As you can see there, for Ken there on the right, I separated his palette to the best of my ability. So now you can actually see the waves in his gi physic wise, and it's a lot more clear. It's a lot more pronounced. And yeah, that's the end result there. I also made it slightly more reddish in tone. The original red that they used for specifically for Ken was like orange. That's what it looks like with the filter on. As you see, the filter blends it in slightly more, but overall it's still more clear and it's more pronounced than it was in the default palette. And I just think that looks better for Ken. For Akuma there on the left, his button set. I didn't like Akuma's button set. I think they just ruined Akuma, man. His button set was awful. He was a weak character. I hated that too. Akuma's not a character. He's not a punching bag. Akuma's supposed to make you the punching bag. One thing I did, here's his Hadouken, the slow, medium, and the fast. I made his beam hyper or his beam super. I specifically put it on down for double punch, as you see there. So now it's bigger too. But as you can see there, now it's down for double punch. For his Tatsumaki, which is the hurricane kick. Here's the weak, here's the medium, oops, here's the medium, and here's the fierce. So what I did is I put his hyper Tatsumaki on down back double kick, as you see there. Which is not only is it more consistent, but it makes more sense for the hyper to have that button set. That always like it bothered me. For a shadow step, instead of his shadow step being two buttons, which doesn't make sense because when you press two buttons, two punches or two kicks, just like Raw, he does this, which is like his dash. He does his dash, which is the equivalent to full forward. I'm actually tapping full forward and back. But as you can see, just holding two buttons at once makes him do the dash too. So I changed his shadow step. His shadow step is now forward down forward kick or back down back kick. So basically, I used the kick for a shadow step. It looks like this, which to me it makes way more sense, man. It just makes sense. And the reason I chose not to put the shadow step on his punch is because his punch is his uppercut. So forward down forward any punch really is an uppercut. You have a weak version, you have a medium version, and you have a fierce version. So it just makes sense to avoid using punches and to only use the kick for all of his shadow step moves, which is what I did here. Another hyper or super that I fixed that I hated in this button set. Initially they put his uppercut super on down forward double punch, which as you can see earlier, I replaced with the beam super. Now when you press forward down forward and then do a double punch, he will actually do his uppercut, which is consistent with forward down forward any punch, which is an uppercut. As you see here, these are his raw uppercuts. Now I'm going to do a special, as you can see there. It just makes sense. So forward down forward, double punch is now officially his uppercut hyper. Don't know if the viewers out there agree. I really don't care what your opinion is, to be honest. I know my best friend, he likely agrees with me. But this button set is way more consistent. This is a far superior playing Alchemy than the default game. I did my boy justice. I even fixed the size of his fireballs for God's sakes. Akuma now looks like a powerhouse. He looks terrifying, dude. Even his taunt, as you can see there, he's a screen shaker, dude. Um, Most people don't know the lore of Akuma, but Akuma is supposed to be like an earth-shatteringly powerful character. His introduction in the Tekken should show you how fearsome and crazy he is. He's literally fighting the devil incarnate. Think about it. And yeah, that's it. Those are my Akuma tweaks. And of course, a little bit of digression there, showing tweaks for King there on the right. Um, Hopefully the people on YouTube viewing agree. You know, I don't care. But yeah, this is how my Akuma is in my game now. God bless.